One of the most harrowing images that eventuated from this war, for me, was the image and the word of the hostage Evyatal David. Evyatal David was in captivity inside the Gaza Strip and filmed quite recently, completely emaciated, very, very thin, starved to the point where, quite frankly, he looked like something of a living human anatomy chart in this awful video that Hamas filmed and released that featured Evyatal being compelled to dig his own grave from inside a darkened tunnel. And when I saw that footage, I thought to myself, there were a great many individuals who, after the events of the Holocaust, saw images of our captives in the concentration camps and in the death camps. But those images were oftentimes silent images and still images. Usually, they were propagated around the world and seen by the world only after the events of the Holocaust were brought to a conclusion. That contrasted very, very starkly with what we saw with Eyvatar David, where this young man, completely innocent, was speaking to us live in real time, showing us physically the suffering that he's enduring. Those images and those words ought to have shocked the conscience of the world in its entirety. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. We saw so many people continue to side with Hamas. And I think that we've seen an uncanny degree of dedication to bringing about the release of these hostages from three parties. Firstly, from the hostage family members themselves. Never for a minute did those hostage family members stop or pause, not for a moment. The second area from which I think we've seen incredible dedication is actually from the released hostages themselves, those who have come home previously, because they felt that they had to remain dedicated to the return of every single hostage, several of whom they were held in captivity alongside. And the other uncanny attachment that I think we should acknowledge and speak about is that of the US administration to hostages who are not citizens of the United States of America. Quite frankly, they have distinguished themselves as being sedulously dedicated to bringing all of the hostages back. There has not been that relenting from the work that some people feared. And I think that the administration of President Donald Trump deserves all of our gratitude and all of our thanks today, together with his team around him, Steve Witkoff, of course, and Jared Kushner, and everybody else involved. And one final point, it's very important to express thanks to the Prime Minister of the State of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, he is going to have to reckon with the fact that this disaster did occur on his watch. And there will be convulsions within Israeli society about that very fact and that inescapable reality. But after the disaster, he resisted incredible international pressure to bring this battle inside Gaza to an end. He has continued to ratchet up the military pressure, and I believe that that military pressure, despite others taking a different view, goes hand in glove with the release of these hostages. So I think that our administration, obviously, of course, deserves our thanks as well.